Welcome back to the Jeremiah Show. Sibal is my special guest, talented music artist. She is an actor. She is what else? A theater star. She's a musician and a vocal director. And she's on this season of The Voice, NBC's The Voice season 26. She's on Team Gwen. That's what a team to be on. How exciting. We're going to talk about in just a moment. We were talking before the break, though, kind of your travel, your road through your life through LA. And I wanted to just say that I'm very sorry for the loss of your father, Kay. I know how much he meant to you and was such an inspiration for you. And I asked you if we could dedicate this episode to your father's memory.
Yeah.
And if we could honor just for a moment his memory through remembering him. What was his name? And what was he like?
His name was Nicholas Sibal. Friends and family called him Colas. Nicholas.
Why did they call him that?
That was
Would
just
that
his
be
nickname. Like Colas
what?
is the last half of Nicholas.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah,
I'm
so,
slow. I'm a little slow. I
no,
would
it's
have got that.
okay. It's not what you'd expect. Most nicknames for Nicholas are Nick, but he did the other half of it. And he was a quiet, patient, dad, very smiley, had a lot of joy, always trying to make people laugh by like being dumb, which was really funny. He would kind of
Being
be
a
like the
dad.
clown. Yeah, he was kind of like the clown father. Like, you know, um,
Did he make you laugh a lot?
yeah, laugh in the like not in the like you're so funny way, but in a you're so stupid way, which is like perfect.
That's like most daughters, right? That's how they.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. He was really dedicated, I think, you know, to his kids. He always was giving us rides and showing up to our shows, and um he was the creative parent, definitely. He would always go hard on Halloween costume contests and
Okay.
pumpkin carving contests and hat making contests. And there was this thing in our town, the Harvest Festival that would happen. Just like in our local community, and there were all these like arts and crafts like sections, and you could like compete and make like the funniest hat or like make like the coolest pumpkin. He was really crafty in that way. So he went hard with that.
Is this hard this time of year for you, or does it help you bring a smile to your face thinking
I
about it?
honestly, it helps me bring a smile to my face, and I haven't even thought about how crafty he is until recently, just because I've been in my arts and crafts era, and I'm realizing as I'm speaking to you right now that I probably get that from him, but also my mom is like super crafty as well. My whole family's crafty, but I
What
think
are you going to be for Halloween?
I dressed up as Sabrina Carpenter, my favorite pop star, um. But yeah, I don't know. I think he was an architect. So he was really creative, very talented in like visual art. Very like he's got a good mathematical brain. He also was involved in like theater and choir when he was in college and high school. I actually got a DM the other day on my Instagram from somebody who said, "Hey Kay, like saw you on The Voice, recognized your last name and realized that my parents were in a Filipino theater group with your dad
Oh, wow.
um, in like college, which was
Wow.
crazy. But yeah, so he was involved with the arts big time. He was a performer, but always the like silly one, like the generous silly one who's like, I want to make sure everybody's having a good time, which I really enjoy. And I think something that I admire about him too is that he didn't have a wall of cool. Like he was never trying to be like cool. He didn't really filter himself so that people would think he was cool. Like he was always just like you know, like the kind, quiet, but like silly guy in the room. And
Do you
he made
take
fun of
any of that
himself a
from
lot.
him?
I
Do
think
you,
that I do. I think, of course, especially being in this industry and especially being a woman and, like obviously I'm going to think about how I come off to people, you know, a lot, but I think in general, I don't know, I think that I learned to just be candid and be like, I guess like not be afraid to make people laugh and like let people laugh at
Not
me.
take yourself too seriously.
Yeah, I think so. And you know, it was funny. I didn't really like think about that as a personality trait of mine, but then I watched myself on TV and I was like, oh, really, I'm not holding back in that way. So yeah, it's something I admire
Be
in myself.
nice to yourself. Don't criticize it. Something else I read about you. You critique your songs and your writing too much.
I
So I'm
think
gonna
it's
maybe be good to
like
yourself.
to be completely honest, I think my songs are fabulous. I think they're really good.
There you
I think I
go.
just get uncomfortable with the fact that someone would be interested in hearing like the depths of my heart. I think that's something that's uncomfortable, especially being like an actor, especially being a theater actor, an actor, someone who's used to playing other people or like saying lines that other people wrote. Like I think it's a vulnerability thing that I'm learning to break down. But like just for the record, I think that I'm great. I think I'm great.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
you're
think that
great
I'm
too.
bad. Yeah.
We got two opinions of you that are both great. So there's two. That's all you need. You're great. Your music's great, and we're playing your music. In fact, I forgot to mention on the way back in, you're recording new stuff and you're working on music, as you said offline, but it's not. Uh, there's not. No, there's nothing out there right now. That you did some covers. You've done a lot of covers. You did have a single that you released a few years ago that I've got up here on my screen, and we're going to play at the end of the show in its entirety. But we came back in with this break with your Olivia Rodrigo cover, "Love Is Embarrassing." Did a great job on that, and
Thank
we're
you.
playing. So again, you are good. You're great, and I love that you think so too now, or that you said that, because you got to care about yourself and take the time to really appreciate what you've accomplished, and then also appreciate the gift that you have.
Thank
So your
you.
father was your biggest supporter, as you said, and
Hmm.
in what ways did he support your decisions and your how did he support you? What did he give you besides emotional inspiration and wisdom and love?
He
How did
was
he
a
support you
big,
as an
I
artist?
mean, he was a big acts of service guy. Like he was always, you know, before I could drive in high school and middle school, you know, he was always picking me up late at night from my rehearsals and he was dropping me off and he was going, you know, driving me to like go buy the things that I needed for like for the musical, you know, it was always going to be him.
There for you.
Yeah, not that my mom wouldn't have done that too, but she just had a different work schedule. Um, and he also like I actually yeah, he would always drive me down to LA too. Like he moved me into college, he did like the 6 hour drive from the Bay Area to LA. He would help
Yeah.
me move in, drive all the way back. If I had a performance, he would drive down, watch it. You know, like he was like really loyal and like really big on showing up and like showing his love through actions,
Mhm.
which is just like so precious. Um, and he also just he just like dreamed big for me, I think. You know, like I remember when we were young and, you know, we would watch American Idol together and, you know, we would always talk about how I would do that one day or, you know, he would be really excited about, you know, he would just like be excited for my like performances. And I think he just like really he just made me feel like he believed in me, you know, which he
Mhm.
did. And like of course like both of my parents did that. Um I think that's just on my mind now because I think that I miss that the most. Um, so yeah, like I don't know. I think he had the courage to like dream big, you know. Especially, I mean, he
Your
like
dreams were his dreams.
yeah. Which
Yeah.
is why I always get emotional because it's like, you know, the dreams that are coming true right now, like he's not here to see, you know.
He was he aware that you made it on The Voice, or was
No,
no? He didn't.
he passed away, you
He
know,
knows though.
Yeah, right. I like have this
No.
feeling like there's no chance that like he's clueless. You know, I feel like he can wherever he is, he knows.
Did you
But
feel
like
him when you were performing your audition?
absolutely.
Did you feel him
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, definitely. And you know, I think I especially, you know, watching it back on TV, I gave such a joyful performance. And
Hmm.
I think that I am a joyful person. I think I have like innate, you know, bubbliness and
Yeah.
lightness to me. Um, but I think like watching myself perform like such a happy, bubbly song, like wearing bright yellow. Yellow is his favorite color, by the way, which is why I love yellow as well. You know, watching that on TV and like hearing the coaches say, you are really happy, you have a lightness to you. Like these are just some of the things that I remember that they said to me. But just like
Yeah.
seeing somebody see all the things that I get from my dad on stage, like on a large scale, is like I think one of the greatest ways that I could honor him and like feel his presence with me.
Yeah.
You know, and um yeah, like especially I always say that I get my smile from him and I always say that I get my joy from him because like that, you know, that was him too. And if you see a picture of him, he has like a really big smile, you know, like quiet guy, big smile.
Beautiful
So yeah.
smile. You have a beautiful smile. So
Thank you. Also
He-
credits to my mom because she's a dentist and she took care of my teeth. So thank you, mommy. You
thank you,
killed it.
Mom.
But yeah, you know, I definitely felt him with me because I think a lot of the characteristics that people who don't know me see about me the first time meeting me come from my dad. You know, the bubbliness, the outgoingness, the like the thing about
Mhm.
making people laugh. You know, like I get that from him. So of course his presence was very strong that day.
Those are all really great gifts that he gave you, that you've pinpointed and realized that it came from him. Those are beautiful, great gifts. So
Thank you.
thank you to your dad. I'm going to say that. Thank you for Kay's great smile and bubbly personality and passion and love and musical talents. I wanted to ask this because I read this as well, that your dad was really like supportive for you to move to LA and to be in Hollywood, be in show business because he loves show business and Hollywood and celebrities. Who is his favorite
Yeah.
celebrity?
He loved Tom Hanks.
Oh,
He
thanks.
loved Tom Hanks. He was always trying to get us to watch like Forrest Gump and you know, I remember we were walking in Hollywood like on the Walk of Fame and we like found Tom Hanks' star and I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
my God, to take a picture." Like and my family to this day are always like, "Oh my God, Tom Hanks." Like we're always like, you know, my dad just like was always talking about watching Tom Hanks movies. And he also loved, you know, just like watching like musicians sing all the time as well, you know. And I remember interviewing him for a school project when I was in high school, and the it was like in a history class, and we were supposed to trace our family's like immigration stories. And you know, one of the questions that I had to ask my dad, he immigrated from the Philippines. He told me the story of how, you know, he came to the States when he was 18 for college, where he studied architecture. And one of the questions I asked him in that interview was, what was something you were most looking forward to when you came to America? And he said, like showbiz, like Hollywood. He thought that was like really cool. And he, you know, he seemed very excited to maybe like run into a celebrity one day or like walk by a set or something. And the other thing he said he was really excited about was Coca-Cola and like chocolate because, you know, I
The
think
brands,
yeah, I think yeah, and those products are really like rich, you know, here like the, you know. So I thought that was funny that he said that because I was like he always loved sweets, you know. And so and like, you know, even till the end of his life, he was always, you know, drinking Coca-Cola and, you know, doing the things that he enjoyed. So yeah. But that's just a
good,
funny memory.
good example to you though, that to do what you love and to pursue those things. Isn't that a good example?
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
Telling me that he loves Tom Hanks so much, and then before that, describing him, I really get a good feel for who he is.
Yeah, right. He's
Yeah,
alive,
that
you know,
says
in that
yeah,
way.
he is alive.
Hmm.
All right. Well, thank you for remembering him with me and letting me get to know him a little bit, and the the father, the man, the inspiration behind a lot of your your pursuits as a performer and as a musician. The last thing I wanted to ask about him before we go to break here is that he taught you how to play guitar, right?
He did. Yeah.
13, you were 13, he
Uh-huh.
started.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he bought me my first guitar. He got it off of like Craigslist. Because it was
You
like
still
his
have
like
it?
tiny daughters. That guitar is with my younger brother who just I think he brought it to college with him. He just started college. But the second guitar that he got for me is right here. Which he actually bought it off of Craigslist, thinking that he was just buying a case, but then he opened it up and like a
It
guitar
was a
was inside
guitar.
of it. Yeah, it was literally like
Totally.
$15. He was like, I need a case for the guitar that I just bought you. Let me go get this case. And there was a guitar inside of it. And I was like, great, keeping this one. It's cute. And I've used it ever since I was, in middle school. And yeah, he taught me the basics, and yeah, I mean, it's always a wonderful gift. Like for a parent to buy their child an instrument, like that is like one of the best gifts ever.
Yeah.
And they also bought a piano for all of us to play, so yeah. But he taught me how to play guitar and, when he was younger, like there are a lot of photos of him playing guitar like with all of his friends and him and my mom's wedding, um he and all of his friends like serenaded her and he was playing
Uh,
guitar and there's a great photo of him and his friends singing to her. It's great.
how cool. How beautiful.
Yeah.
How many instruments do you play? Piano, guitar,
Yeah, I play piano,
both?
guitar, and ukulele.
You could,
um but I feel like my fourth instrument is like music direction or like arrangement.
yeah. And
you
your
know
vocals as well. It's an instrument. Beautiful
Yeah, yeah,
instrument.
definitely, definitely. And I guess just, moving notes around and helping people learn them. That's my other instrument.
Well, let's talk about the voice and your journey to the voice on the next after this break here, because I know everyone wants to know your story there. Kay Sibal, she's on Team Gwen, NBC's The Voice, season 26, Mondays and Tuesdays, 8, 7 Central on NBC and streaming the next day on Peacock. That's how I watch it. Hip hop and jazz icon Snoop Dogg and Michael Bublé join legendary returning coaches Gwen Stefani and Reba McEntire for an incredible new season. This superstar genre defined coach panel will guide the country's best undiscovered artists from the thrilling blind auditions through the spectacular live performances. And in the end, one for unforgettable new singer will be crowned the voice. Again, NBC's The Voice season 26 featuring Kay Sibal, Team Gwen. She's on the show with us right now, Mondays and Tuesdays. 8, 7 Central is when NBC The Voice is on, streaming on the next day on Peacock. You can find them on Instagram at NBC The Voice. And can I give out girlhood? Can I give out
Yeah,
your handles that are on your Instagram page? So
absolutely.
girlhood, it's spelled with the GRL. There's no I in girlhood. For Filipinas that love to sing. TikTok, you can find them at girlhood.music, GRLHOOD.music. And no spare change. So you're in two different groups. Is that, do I have that right?
Yeah.
Singing
Yeah, those are
trio?
my two other friends. We haven't posted in a while, but we always
You are
post covers, so
busy.
we are. It's just
Yeah,
how
they're
I hang
just a
out with my
little
friends.
singing trio made up of Carly Wood, Kay Sibal, and Sophia James. You can find them on Instagram at Carly Cosette, COSETTE, at KA underscore DOT underscore
Oh,
Sibal.
that's old. That's old.
Oh, that's an old
It's
one.
at
So yeah,
Case
go to the one that I gave you earlier for
Yeah.
Instagram, which is at K Sibal. Okay, and then Sophia James Music, K Sibal on Spotify, K Sibal Instagram, K Sibal, and TikTok MUSIK. Her website is kdsib.weebly.com, and you can hire her for all your music services. I'll let you go to the website to check that out, and we'll talk about that back when we come back to as well. We'll be right back with K Sibal.